Sorry, no lo siento. Sorry, no lo siento. No lo siento. No lo siento. Sorry, no lo siento. No lo siento. No lo siento. Sorry, no lo siento.
Titi me pregunta si quiero un lap dance. Yo le digo que sí. Pero en VIP. Quiero las nalgas en VIP.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man. I have to get out of my Miami vibe. Yeah. Got to get out of vacation vibe. Because that's the real conversation right there. Post-vacation depression. Man, that's the real conversation right there. That's the real plática right there. Because, man, getting back to this reality ain't it. It ain't it, mija. It ain't it. MVP. Hey. Well, I had an amazing weekend. How about you, mija? How did it feel like not having to really deal with Sorry No Lo Siento? Because it was a whole week, basically, of just chillaxing, huh? We didn't have to record.
Yeah, but I still have other things that I do, so.
Yeah, but it was nice to take a break from recording, to take a break from like an outline, like just.
Actually, I did nothing. That day that we usually do everything, I did absolutely nothing. I actually had made plans with someone, and I was like, I started to get a headache, and I was like, nah, I'm just gonna stay home.
Yeah.
On my couch and eat some snacks.
I feel it. I feel it. Thursday, I had just landed that morning, so yeah, recording wasn't even in my mind. Like the podcast literally wasn't in my mind the whole week. Like I wasn't even thinking. Actually, I'm lying. I can't say that because I'm just a podder already, and no matter what I do, I'm already thinking, okay, I can take this back to the pod. I can speak about this, and I got an episode for you guys today because Miami was a movie. It was crazy. It was embarrassing. It was childish. It was responsible. Crazy but fun. Got tatted. Like Miami was a movie, yo. Miami was fun this weekend. I'm not gonna lie. It was one for the books, definitely. And that's why I decided to call this La Plática de Miami Part 1, because I'm forever going to Miami. So, and it's always a movie, and why not just start documenting them, you know? So this is Part 1, and this is definitely gonna be a good plática. It was my birthday weekend. I just want to say shout out to all the Scorpio gang. Have a lot of Scorpios in my family, and both the cousins that I was out there with, definitely Scorpio gang. We were in the building. We were roaming Miami, tearing it up. So it was my girl cousin and my god cousin, and Scorpio gang, heavy. Was repping my dad out there, crazy too. That was a whole thing too in itself. That's what I'm saying. This Miami trip was really, it was a one for the books. It started off, obviously I landed on Thursday. That was my dad's birthday, but it was very just, like, I definitely felt, it was felt. I felt my dad. It was very sad. The first place I go to eat was the last place I ate a meal with him. So, yeah, it was a lot of things that were happening to this. Like, no, it's my dad, definitely. Like, I know he's here. Like, even the way that, I'm gonna get into it, but even what happened Saturday night, it could have been a night that was way worse than what happened, and I'm just very grateful that I lost a few items in the process of that, but it's better than, I guess, waking up in jail, waking up hurt, waking up, I woke up, where I was supposed to wake up. I woke up in my hotel room, so safe and sound. So, and I don't remember the night, so that's what I'm saying. Like, there's certain things that happened where I know someone was definitely watching over me. So, and it wasn't my cousins because we were all messed up. No one was looking out for nobody at that time. But we'll get into all that. It's nice to get back on the mic though. I be missing potting though. I'm not gonna lie. I've been missing just not recording like every week as you get into the habit and you get into a schedule and a routine.
So yeah, routine.
And like usually our weeks kind of roll out the same. I'm making it a pact, Nicole, on this episode. Mark my words, guys. I'm not talking no more about social media. I'm not talking
about
numbers. I'm not talking about us potting anymore. Like I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over all that. Like I'm tapping back into just being creative and having fun. For a while, I got lost in like the numbers. I got lost in trying to make and just trying to like go viral because we did it naturally, and I felt like I can recreate it, and it's just draining. It's draining because it takes away from my creativity. At the end of the day, like I'm here to give you guys the best possible show, and at the same time, I can't do that when I'm just crying and about numbers all day. You know, I just can't. I can't be focused on that. So I told myself on this trip, I did a lot of reflecting. Obviously, stepping into a new personal year, stepping into a new energy. Hold on. Hey, I don't think she's on my bad. My bad. I got thrown off. I'm sorry. But I gotta just stepping into a new energy, stepping into it was even funny stepping into a whole brand new year, right? And the way it started is just like very humbling to like, okay, this is the type of year is gonna be. Say less. Like I'm mentally prepared, but I'm gonna go back to having fun. I want to go back to having fun and just creating. I'm gonna start doing solo interviews as well soon. So I'm just trying to get back into having fun with this and not really focus on trying to make it hot. Because I think that's gonna happen naturally. That's gonna happen. Us putting out good products. So I was just gonna start talking about our week, how the routine's the same thing, but I stopped myself because the audience, y'all don't really care, and I get it. You guys shouldn't care about the struggles that we go behind the scenes because you guys are here for the product and the episode. So I get it. And maybe one day we'll start filming all the behind the scenes stuff, and then that can be content in itself, and people will enjoy me going crazy over something not going right? Like I don't know. That can be content in the future, but right now I just want to get back to creating and having fun. And I don't want to suck the fun out of social media for us either, So
I agree with that.
We're lucky that we have the intern that still covers what needs to be covered, and we can really stay away from it. But we were just analyzing a lot. We were just gathering a lot of data, reaching out to the people. We were really like trying to figure out what was going on our end. And yeah, you hear a glitch is this, you hear a glitch here, you hear that the algorithms change. Something's always up with Instagram, and I don't care no more. I'm tired of trying to figure it out. I'm tired too. Go back to having fun and posting. And we already did posting all day, every day too. We saw what that did. So we know we played both sides already. We played the sides of posting a little bit, posting a lot, posting no time. So
we covered all bases.
I'm done, Nicole. That's my pact that I make with myself and with us, honestly, and the listeners. That I'm done crying about our pod problems, to be honest. Unless it really bothers me where I need to get it out and I need to pod about it, then we'll make it a whole plática. But other than that, I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm done. Who cares?
Over it.
Who cares? Next episode, next plática. How was your Dia de los Muertos, mija?
It was good.
Dia de los Difuntos. Show my respect to y'all.
Yeah, Dia de los Difuntos. It was good. I don't know why I always like cry on that day.
You know why, mija.
I always cry a little bit. It wasn't a lot though this year. It was like a little cry. But I also had put two of my homies up on the altar this year. Like sometimes I'll pull them out, but I actually physically put them on the altar, like their pictures.
Yeah.
And just sat with like the whole altar and was just like, okay, lit the candle, had the water, had everything going, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I don't know, then all of a sudden I wanted to hear music, so I was like sitting there after like praying. I was like, okay, now we gotta turn up, like put some music on. And then I made this really good soup that day. So
you made the ofrendas for your loved ones? That's nice.
I made some soup. I was like, here, this is some good soup.
Yeah.
And, lit a nice candle. It was interesting because I had burned my last beeswax candle that I had poured myself, and then I went to the store and I needed a 7-day candle. and they were like all gone at the store, and the only one they had was one of Angel de la Guardia.
Uh-huh.
And it was like a prayer on the back where it was like, please protect like my friends, my family. So then I started thinking about like you and all these people. I was like, okay, let me just say a prayer for everybody. For like, then I was like, oh, maybe it was meant for me to get this candle, but it was good. It was a good day. I felt good after that. Just kind of laid low that day.
Yo, keep talking real quick.
What else did I do? Oh, I watched like some shows. It was funny because like I used to watch Golden Girls with my abuelita. And I don't even think that show was appropriate for me to watch at like 5 or 6 years old. But I would always watch Golden Girls with her, and then I would translate because she would always ask me, ¿Qué dicen estas viejitas? And I'd be like, oh, well, the Golden Girls are these ladies. And so I randomly saw that Golden Girls was like on Hulu. So I started watching a couple episodes just to reminisce on like how I would do that with my grandma. But it was a good day.
That's good. That's good. That you actually, you make a whole day out of it. You plan in advance, and yeah, that's nice that you put thought into it for your loved ones. And I was thinking, Nicole, that's so funny they're talking about this because remember how last episode you were talking about how I said how my brother started doing ofrendas because of Coco, and he used to put pictures of like family members that we really didn't know like that. And you said like, well, it's still your bloodline, it's still your your ancestors, so it still it still counts. And then I started thinking the other day, actually I was telling Vegancita this yesterday, and I was chilling with her. I was like, yo, well, the nerve of us, how we always say, my ancestors are out here protecting me and stuff like that. I'm like, well, the nerve of us to think that they're really protecting us. Like, why do we assume that our ancestors are protecting us, Nicole? Because, and this is jokingly, I'm not saying this, to offend anybody or like that. But I was thinking about it because if I was on the other side, don't bother me with your earthling problems. I'm cool. Like, I'm cool. Like, what makes you think because that I even liked your family? Like, to even like imagine our families even beefed amongst each other. I started thinking about that. Like, man, we just assume that our ancestors are writing for us.
I feel like though your response is very telling because, like, hypothetical, if you were an ancestor on the other side, that would be your response. Like, look, bro, I'm not trying to help you.
Yeah.
But then can you imagine me as an ancestor? Oh, I would be like,
Nicole, you would be doing anything in your spiritual power to help the person on the other side. You'll be Nicoling on the afterlife.
I would be
that's true though. You definitely would be someone that you want to have on your side for sure.
I would be like,
for sure.
No, but see, I know this is funny though that you say that because I was having a conversation with somebody about how when I used to drink a lot and I would black out. And then I would wake up at home, like with my clothes, everything fine. I'm alive. And people would be like, oh, you were having full blown conversations. I didn't even know you were drunk. And
sounds like me this weekend.
Somebody had told me, they were like, your higher self or your higher self just goes in your body or something. And I was like, my poor higher self guardian angels, because there was a period of time where I was probably making them sweat up there, how they were.
That's probably how they felt with me this weekend. My dad was probably like, bro, you overdoing it, dog. Like, I already helped you a lot. Like, the sacrifice is losing what you lost in the process. But hey, you couldn't go back with everything. But and I'm gonna make it an inconvenience for you when you get back home too. And everything's you have to catch up because now you have to go you get a new card. Everything gotta come new. Everything's new now. Oh. Now you're dealing with all the consequences of everything, right? All the money you spend unconsciously, like. But hey, you're alive and you're safe and sound.
Yeah, that's the main. Yeah.
We're gonna get into that. That's definitely gonna be one of the talking points today, because. I know that's what happened. But going back to post vacation depression, because that's what's been that's what's get tal with me since I've been back, because like all Tuesday I got back Monday like at 1 a.m, 2 a.m, right, and all Tuesday I did not turn on a computer. I didn't tap into nothing. I was just sleeping all day. Like, I didn't want to do anything because I was just like mentally prepping myself to go back to work. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, man, this is so ghetto. And like, I don't want to go back to work. The whole time I'm over here, this is just playing in my head right here. You ever heard this? This is the only thing that's playing in my head.
Oh my God.
This is the only thing playing in my head since I've been back. Like, I'm so cool. I'm going back to work. Like, this didn't even start how I wanted to start, though. You know when it's a song, but it's not the part. It's like in the middle of the song. Mm-hmm. That's what happened right here. Because it's supposed to be the no voy a trabajar, no voy a trabajar, no voy a trabajar. But that's how I felt since I've been back. I just been like the whole. I hate the phrase "go back to reality," because when you're on vacation, that is reality. Like, you on vacation, bro. You on vacation, but just knowing that like you're gonna have to go back to make money, and that's the I guess the going back to reality part.
Paying bills,
yo. Ghetto, super ghetto, man. Like, I'm over there in Miami walking around. Like, we stayed in Coconut Grove, so we're in a nice area. And I'm over there just walking around, and I'm just like, yeah, nah. There's no way I can even obtain this working where I work at now. Like, in order for this really to happen, this media thing gotta happen. Because I'm not gonna be a doctor. I'm not gonna be nothing like. I'm not going to school to go do nothing that's gonna bring that type of money in, right? So you have to be a creative, and being creative and being in entertainment, you can get to it, but like Kim K said, work harder. Work harder. So I'm out there that's all I was thinking when I was out there. I was like, man, I gotta get my money up. I gotta work harder. And then it gets back into trying to figure out how to make money off this shit, and it takes away from the fun.
Yeah.
But work harder just means, yeah, like I know what I bring to the table is dope. It's just keep doing it. Keep doing it and keep pressing. And it's sad to say, and we know this, Nicole, but yeah, you need the guests to grow at a faster rate.
Yeah.
Nicole, I grew my last platform with no video, but it was still guests, but no video. Like, think about it. Imagine with the video implemented, like, the guests really, that's what makes a pod hot. But I'm not focused on, I'm not focused on that. So how do I figure it out? How do I tweak it to where I don't make a show that's based off of guests, you know? So I was like, okay, if I can start doing that separate and make it a whole different show, then that's actually beneficial even to our pod, because if that keeps working, then, oh, you also do a pod, let me go tap in with Chris, because we like the way you interview this person. And although the show is not really interview based, it's still very it's a different side. Right. Even with you, I would say, like, if I listen to Healing with Nicole, I wouldn't. It's a whole different side when you come on here. Yeah, you get the real. I feel like you get the real Nicole on here, even though it is the real you over there. But it's more healing. It's not fun. It's not really like childhood memories, really, or like just personal things. It is personal. You know what I mean, though, right? You know what I mean. Yeah. You know what I mean. Because you are very personal over there, so I can't say that.
Yeah, I almost recorded over there the other day, but then I was like, you have to be like really in the mood for it. And
what inspires you to like, okay, I'm gonna pump out a Healing with Nicole episode?
Usually it's just something that I'm feeling, which I actually have something going on that I will be talking about over there, but I'm still in the midst of it. So it's like, because healing never ends, and I feel like I'm in the final boss of like this healing.
What? You think you're almost done healing? You think you're almost done healing?
No, I mean, the healing never ends, but there's like a particular healing that I've been avoiding.
Okay.
And I'm meeting it head on because I have a lot of unresolved anger that I need to work through. And yeah.
Anger. That's me all the time too, though.
Like rage.
If I'm not high, I'm pretty angry, to be honest.
That's why I feel like I haven't smoked, I haven't really been drinking because it's like, I gotta, who am I when I'm not? You know, it's a lot.
But man, I don't know. Other than that, how was your Halloween too? Had a fun Halloween? Chilling?
So my boyfriend and I, we dressed as hippies.
Hippies. Any specific ones or just
Nah, I
just a
just wore,
stereotypical hippie?
yeah, tie-dye shirt. I found him a wig. So he had like this blonde wig with like a headband and these piece glasses. Um, and I just had like a tie-dye shirt and I had like this tie-dye headband and that was that. We went to this party. It was nice. It was a good time.
Got drunk?
So I made Jello shots.
Virgin
I
ones?
like I made the Jello shots in the syringes. I guess that's like a
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So
But
I
virgin
brought-
ones or not?
No, they had vodka in them. So,
So you were
but
turned up.
I wasn't super turned up because I was like, but I had fun. I had a good time. I talked to a lot of people and
Well, this year it felt like it was. Well, this year it was Halloween weekend. Halloween was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Because even out in Miami, everyone was every day was something.
it was like nonstop, I feel like. And
Yeah,
we
yeah, it
only
was
got
super
like
nonstop.
Yeah, we only got like 3 trick-or-treaters. I bought a bag of candy just in case.
Ah, nah, we don't do
And
that. We don't do that over here.
And I was like, so now I have all this candy.
You see my lights not on? Don't come. I don't got nothing.
You sound like, okay, so I had gone to the grocery store on Halloween and there was like no one there. I was like, yeah, because everyone's out, with their kids.
Yeah.
And so I was on the phone with my dad. I was like, Dad, it's Halloween, right? And he's like, ¿Qué? It's Halloween? And I was like, yes, it's Halloween. He's like, I need to make sure I don't turn the lights off.
Yeah, nah. And now I hear that there's like 15-year-olds and stuff that be getting trick or treats. They be trick or treating.
Yeah, I did. I got some teenagers, but I'm like, I gave them candy. They could be doing other bad things at least.
I don't know, yo. That's true. I feel you on that. But come on, like you 15, you still want candy, dog. Like, come on.
It's something to do.
It's something to do. Go to a Halloween party. What you mean?
Halloween was on a Monday though, so it was like I think that no one was really having parties, but I think kids just wanted to get out too.
Man. I remember when I used to go, not even trick or treating, but when I did get a little bit older, I agree with that because I used to always just sometimes go with my cousins and just mob it. But we never were going to get the candy. We were just mobbing it whenever we see like a little haunted house type thing. We'd go through that. We'd go to the ones that was more fun, and it's still fun to be out there because everyone's walking around. So I feel that, but come on, man, like leave the candies to the kids. They say, well, how you gonna feel when adults start coming to your door asking for candy?
Yeah,
when they start bringing their dogs too, and you gotta give the dogs treats.
I did see some dog treats, but that would be strange. I've never seen that in real life. So
Yeah, man, people rather give the treats to dogs than to the teenagers. That's for sure.
Is there like neighborhoods in your area where it's like rich people who give out like the really good candy or like neighborhood really, really nice?
Yeah. Everyone in the city got that place where it's like, yo, you got to go to the, like on ours would be like the La Sierra area. You got to go to La Sierra. That's where all the good stuff is at. You got to go to Victoria area. That's where all the good stuff is at. Downtown sometimes depends where you're at. But now I think I heard what's the new thing now is the trunk or treat thing. I guess that's a new thing now.
Yeah, that was like really big this year.
Yeah, so I don't know. I guess I never been a big candy person. So and then Halloween's never been a big deal to us because it's never been a big deal to my mom. So like she never was my mom was never that mom that was like, oh, let me put a costume on you guys to take a picture and stuff like that. Like we would dress up if we wanted to, but she never was like made it a big deal to, oh, it's Halloween. What are you guys gonna be this year? We gotta take our Halloween pictures, or my mom's. She never liked all that. She never liked all that demonic stuff. She always looked at it like that, like Halloween's the Diablo and all that. So I feel it. So we never really cared about Halloween like that. I never been a dress up person. I never was like, yo, what am I gonna be this year so I can top whatever I was last year. Never. So yeah, Halloween's always just been whatever to me. Never been a big fan. Even though Scorpio gang. Dang, it was my aunt's birthday too, and I forgot to call her. I feel so messed up. Wow.
Her birthday's today.
No, on the 31st it was. How bad, huh? But I was in Miami, mija. Damn, I was depressed.
Okay.
I think it's time to get into it. Because it was definitely otra noche in Miami. Lost my phone. Lost my debit card. Lost my cousin's ID. Lost her credit card. Lost my Prada shades. Lost my consciousness.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, bienvenidos a otro capítulo de Sorry, No Lo Siento. I'm Chris X Matt, healing with Nicole's in the building. We are Sorry, No Lo Siento. Bienvenidos. Shout out to Vegancita. So get your cafecito ready. Get all your stuff ready, man. Let's settle in. Listen to Conejo Malo. Shout out to all the Spanish mommies. Miami steals my heart more and more every time I'm out there. I love you, Miami. R.I.P. to my dad. It wasn't the same without you, Dad. But we still turned up in your honor. Sorry, no lo siento. Sí, señor. Thank you to everyone that's tapped in listening. If you're a consistent listener, I appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
I promise to better this experiences for you guys. I'm done complaining. I'm done crying about pot stuff. Shout out to my cousin, Becky B. Shout out to Sir Mikey Rocks. Oh, man. Definitely otra noche in Miami. And it also felt like this, too. Because we were definitely lit out here. And shout out to Bad Bunny, because that's all you hear in Miami, really.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Huh? Hey! Definitely was throwing money to this. I was letting it go to this. Yo, it's so funny how I posted one video of a girl walking and everyone go flood the DM. Oh, here we go again. Oh, watch out. Oh, Chris, you better not post no. I'm like, why not? Everyone like.
Oh my God.
Everyone likes pan. Con cafecito, right? They gotta leave me alone, yo. You know they were waiting for them videos.
Every time you posted one, I was like,
yeah, Tony gonna be like, screen recording going up. Hey, and there's a lot of videos you ain't get either.
I have a question about one of them.
I definitely played it safe this time.
You did.
I was about to go in. I got videos that y'all don't got. Oh man, I love Miami, yo. Miami never gets old. If you've never been to Miami, I would definitely suggest you go at least one time. Not even, you don't have to go. You don't have to be OD like me. I go every year, but Miami's fun. And it's, every time I go, I fall in love with it more. And every time I go, it's the reason why I get pulled in even more, why I connect with it even more. And like, come on, yo. Like, I've dealt with Florida court systems already too, though. Like, last time I was in Miami, I got a speeding ticket. Like, you know, certain things that I'm already in there. Like, I'm already so ingrained into Florida, you know? So,
Yeah.
where I stayed at this last time was definitely where I want to manifest myself living at, because that's where I've been wanting to stay. I love that community, and this time we stayed in Coconut Grove, and it was fire. Everything was walking distance to us as far as like restaurants and things like that. Obviously, like the turned up things like South Beach and all that. That was definitely a drive away, but been there, done that already. You know, I've been in South Beach, stayed in South Beach. You know, it's cool. It's cool if you're just trying to turn up all day, every day. But whereas also it's classy turn up. You know, classy. It was already gentrified turn up. You feel me? It's all a little prep. The thing that's trippy about Miami is that you think all these people are white and they just start talking Spanish and they're just Cuban people. Like, yeah, you assume everyone's white, and because they look like the whitest. And as soon as they start talking, it's like, oh damn, you Cuban. Bet, say less. But yeah, I would definitely recommend staying in Coconut Grove if you want to have a good time in Miami. Brickell's also, that's where I'm probably gonna stay at next. I'm probably gonna do Brickell next when I go. But yeah, I thought this was gonna be my last time going for a minute, but no. Nah, just because of the connect. Like, yeah, nah. Like, my dad loved Miami. Like, it was one of his favorite places to go to as well. So I can't stop going to Miami. Like, you know. Yeah. And I got tatted. I got his name tatted on me in Miami.
Wow.
Where'd you get? Let me show you.
Yeah, show us.
I got his signature. The way he used to sign papers and stuff like that, because my dad's signature was so fire. So I got his signature right here.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, at least dope. I love it. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, so I'm happy I did it in Miami because it was in his honor. It was our birthday weekend, so. And shout out to my cousins, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have gotten it. Because I'm a big baby when it comes to this stuff. I ain't trying to get tatted. I hate needles. I was trying to find any excuse to not go to the thing. And then I got cornered in a little bit. And I was like, all right, let's go. And then my cousin was like, I'll shoot you some of the money too. I'll give you $50 for it. It was like $150. You know, she's like, I'll shoot you 50 for it. And I'm like, just shoot the other 100. I'm like, say less. Like, say less. But, I guess I paid for the experience, you know, being in Miami. It was fun, and last minute thing too. I didn't think I was gonna do it, but me and my siblings, you know, we came to a pact that we were all gonna get something on us to honor our dad. None of my siblings and I are tatted. We weren't tatted before this, and after my dad passed, we all wanted to honor him a certain type of way. So we all said we were gonna get something that had to do with him on us. My sister was the first one to do it. She got hers, and she ended up getting my dad wrote a letter my dad wrote to her for her confirmation. He wrote like "Amor de mis amores," and like she got that tatted on her arm with like his handwriting and everything. Nice. So she did that, and she was the first one to do it. And then I wasn't gonna do mine if it didn't click, but I'm already skipping my story. I don't even want to get into. But I'm gonna just say it clicked because after I had Fala Azul's mushrooms, the mushies. I had mushies. And I was on 3 mushies, and literally like it was my birthday. We were already we were going to the liquor store to get last minute things before we pregame, before we went to the club, and my cousin, and he's like, "You're not gonna get tatted?" And I'm like, yeah, I am, but I just don't know what I want to get, because I wanted to get like his initials, but like his initials are my initials, so like it was kind of corny to me, and like I wanted to do something with like his life path number too, but I just didn't know how to put it. Like I just want to put a 7 on there, you know, that would have been just whatever. So I did it. It didn't really click until my cousin was just like, "Man, you got to get something that's like his signature." And right when he said signature, I was like, "Yo, his signature!" Like my dad he had the dopest signature. Like always super like if a computer did it, right? Like it was so nice. And right away I called my mom, like, "Yo, mom, like you have a picture of dad's signature. Like I'm gonna get this tatted on me." And they all thought it was the dopest idea too. My little brother's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get it. I don't care if you get mad. I'm gonna copy you." And I was just like, "I don't care. Like,
yeah,
I'm creative like that." But the mushrooms really helped. It was crazy because I know that's where the creativity came. Because I've been trying to figure it out, and all of a sudden I heard signature, and it's like, yes, his signature. It's one of a kind. It's distinctive. It's his font. It's him. And then my mom was even like, "I think all you guys should get it because, you know, he created all you guys, and that's his signature." I was like, fire, mom. Super fire. But now, no more virgin skin.
No more virgin skin.
I've been penetrated. Pause.
So you did good with the pain and all that? Because I know you don't like needles.
I don't like needles.
Yeah,
surprisingly. Surprisingly, it wasn't as bad as I thought. I thought it was going to hurt way more. After that happened, I was like, I can get another one for sure. I'm already thinking I'm gonna go overly blunt cursive on the other side. You got me messed up. I've always wanted to get OB on the bottom of my big toe. I don't know why. I think that looks so hard.
OB.
Because I just picture like a picture like this, and like OB right here. That would look hard. Like just laying down on a beach chair or something. That would look hard on the album cover.
We have the album cover.
Miami vibes. Definitely.
This is the first time I've ever heard someone talk about tatting the bottom of their toe.
Yeah, that's pretty dope though, huh?
Yeah.
All right, well, this is episode 26? 26. 26. Coincidentally, 2 + 6 is 8. It's my 8 personal year. Money, the 8 is the number of money, power, and karma. Just the way my birthday started, the night went, definitely was very karmic in a way. Very, very like humble yourself, because just humble thyself, young Padawan, because you know. And I'm glad it happened. I'm not glad it happened, but I already took the lesson from it, because this is the first time that I've gotten drunk, and the next day I tell myself like I don't want to drink anymore. Like, I've had moments where I throw up, and I've had bad moments, right? But I've never told myself the next morning, okay, I'm done drinking now. And I was so embarrassed of myself that's how I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, even if I do drink now, I have to just start being a grown ass man, really, and start disciplining myself when it comes to drinking, and don't overdo it. Know your limit. Know when you're good. Know when you don't need to drink anymore. Just because you're in the environment doesn't mean you have to keep drinking. And that was definitely me. Obviously, it was fun and everything, but yeah, it got crazy. But I'm gonna just keep building the suspense to that, because I want to start off from the beginning, right? Because it is my Miami trip, and it's my birthday. It was my birthday, so I just want to walk you guys through the whole everything.
Give us the experience.
Your boy the birthday definitely started here in Riverside. Because before I even went to the airport and flew out, you know, I had to go get cleaned up myself too. So I've never gotten a manicure ever in my life.
What?
Ever. I've gotten a pedi like twice, you know, when I was talking to someone, but I never, and I don't think nothing of it. It's not like I'm one of those dudes that's like, I don't want to get a pedicure. It's just I don't do it consistently, right? But obviously when a girl's like, come on, let's go get one. All right, whatever, let's go. You know, it's easier. But this time I was like, nah, because I know when I'm in Miami, I hate wearing socks in Miami because it's so humid out there. Yeah. So I hate, like, I'm very minimal, like, clothes. I literally just underwear, shorts, and a shirt. That's all I have on, and some chanclas. So I know my feet are gonna be out. So I'm like, I'm gonna go get my feet clean. Let me go get my nails clean too. Cause why not? You know, why not? Why not get myself ready? So,
treat yourself.
And my sister, my mom and them were in town. So my sister was like, oh, I got you, for your birthday. And I'm like, say less, So
yeah,
being Chris, and I don't know how to be cheap, and I don't know how to not just, save $1. I had to get the freaking number 7. I got the number 7 service, so I got the 15-minute massage. Ooh. They got the whole sea salt on the legs and exfoliated. I went all out. I was like, I don't do this often. I'm gonna go all out. And my sister's paying. Say less, So shout out to you, Crystal, because you pay for my my pedicure, and then I pay for my manicure. Yeah.
Nice.
So I started off like that. So I started off getting very clean and very just. I felt nice. I've never had that done to me like that. Amazing. Whoops. Yeah, you get all these bleeps? You get all these cuss words or no? I should have been warning you. There's been like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
If you hear me cuss, just mark it down, please. What was I saying? Oh, so yes, I got all pampered up and everything, and then I came home, and obviously I hate packing. Packing is the worst. If there's someone got to invent something where you could just like teleport your closet to wherever you're going to, because it's just, I don't know what I want to wear 3 days from now. I don't.
Changes.
My mood changes.
Right.
My mood. I dress based off my mood. That's how I am. I don't know about anybody else, but if I'm feeling angry and annoyed, yeah, the black is coming on. If I'm happy and joyous, I don't even want to put black on. I always want to put a bright color on, a white, a yellow, whatever, a striped shirt. That's just me. But yeah, I came home, packed and everything. My flight was late at night. And then I got kind of scared because I thought, I thought I was gonna miss my flight, right? Just because they put me on the standby list.
Oh.
And I'm like, why am I on the standby list? Like, I've never been on the standby list. I've always been able to check in the way I needed to check in and keep it pushing. I've never had to be like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get on the plane. Cause you know how sometimes if a plane gets too packed, they randomly choose who to kick out sometimes? Has that ever happened to you? Yeah,
That's never happened to me. One time, so when I went to Nicaragua, one time they were like, oh, does anyone want to volunteer? And so at that time, my aunt and I volunteered. So we got to stay in Houston, and we got like a free hotel, free dinner for that. Cause we let 2 people take our seat. We just got on the flight the following morning.
They definitely compensate you, but they do tell you, but sometimes they don't even give you the option if you want to agree to it or not. They'll just, they'll kick you off and they'll compensate you, but then they'll, it's like whatever, you take the L. So I thought that's happened to me before, but I was still able to get a seat because someone else is like, oh, I'll wait for the next one, right? So, and usually that happens when you pay for the basic ticket, the basic airline ticket, when you're not paying for like an upgrade or comfort or anything like that. It's just the basic economy or coach or whatever it is. So I got that. I seen that on my phone because I couldn't check in, and I'm like, man, that's whack. And I hate when I can't check in because now I can't pick a seat. So now I'm gonna have to get like a bad seat, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I was already like tripping out on the way there. So I went extra early just in case, and I get to the airport, but obviously I have some goodies on me, right? Definitely had some Cali bud on me, and I had some the mushies, but it's not mushrooms, so those ones I can play it off. But I was just worried about I wasn't worried about the bud. I was actually worried about the candy I don't know why in my head I thought like, what are these candy? I don't know. In my head I just thought they can bring a dog and they can smell the mushroom through the candy type stuff. Cause I'm not tripping about the weed, but I know mushrooms is still very, illegal. So I'm kind of like, oh man. So, I go through security, whatever. And I put my bags on the thing, and I take my shoes off and everything. And I go through put my hands up, scans me and everything. I go through and waiting for my bag. And sure enough, my bag goes to the side, and I start shaking. I'm like, yo, my trip about to end early.
When you sent me the text, I was like, What?
Yo, so the bag is pulled over, and the other one goes by fine. I'm like, damn. I'm like, all right. And I was so close to saying to the guy that was about to check it. He was being cool and everything. How's your bag? I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. I was gonna look there real quick. I'm all right, cool. And I was so close to tell him, we can fly with weed, right? I was so close to say that. I was so close because I was already anticipating him opening that bag and just seeing the jar there, right? So I was kind of like, I kind of felt like, I'm screwed. Like, this is gonna happen, right? Mm-hmm. And then he opens the zipper because I had the stuff inside my toiletry bag, right? So like my toothbrushes and everything. So he opens the bag and he takes out the toiletry bag, and I'm like, damn, like he really about to go through it. And I was about to say still like, yo, can we take weed? And then he pulls the bag out and he just goes for what's under the bag, and it was wipes. And I was just like, he goes, oh, I'm just gonna check these wipes real quick. And in my head, I'm like, what? Like just the wipe? I was like, yo, okay. So I'm so glad I didn't say anything. And then, but then he's like, but usually when I was under the impression that when your bag goes to the side, I thought they searched the whole bag. You know, I didn't know that they already scanned it and kind of have an idea of what they're gonna go look for already. So I thought they were gonna go search the whole bag. So in my head, I'm still thinking, okay, I might not be clear yet. But then he tells me right after he wipes the wipes, he gonna tell me, you have a speaker in there too? And I'm like, yeah, I do. He goes, oh, okay, cool. And then that's it. So like they already knew what they were looking for. So they went straight to that, swiped it, saw it was good, and then kept it pushing. And in my head, I'm like, yo, like, I got scared, you know, because people always say, yeah, you can travel with bud through the airport, but I don't know why. I just feel like it's too good to be true sometimes, you know? You don't feel like that? But how much did you take? I took a lot. What was it, a lot? It was like a quarter.
I was taking an ounce.
Oh yeah, nah. Nah, so that was definitely a fun start to my trip. Because as soon as we got through there, it's like, all right, cool. The guards are down. Like, we made it through. Like now we in Miami basically. Once you get past security, you're already in Miami. You're already where your destination. As soon as you get past security, I don't care what nobody says. Everything else is just sleeping on the plane, smooth rides. Right. Walk out the airport when you get there. Say less. You got your drugs on you. We lit. And sure enough,
all
that's
free.
And that's how it was. We got on the plane, fell asleep, woke up in Miami, and my cousin arrived like 20, 30 minutes later. We met up at the airport, got the Uber, went to our room.
Nice.
And got the day started. That was the start to my Miami trip. Now, before we go further, I want to talk about, are you the planner when you go on trips?
So, I used to do a lot of traveling by myself, so I had to plan everything by myself. Now with my boyfriend, he does the planning, which is nice.
Yeah.
He plans it out.
So he's the one that takes care of the flights, the hotel.
He does all that.
All the time? And he don't mind doing it?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
He likes to do that.
Can you take yourself back to, did you ever do that with friends? In a group of, like, were you ever the planner in a group of friends?
Yeah. There was a time where I was flying with like people. Yeah.
Because I always feel like I'm always the person that, like, I have to initiate, like, the thing. Like, I have to initiate the vacation. I have to initiate the thought and idea of, yo, let's go around this time to Miami. Yo, let's go for this many days. Yo, let's get this place in this, this area. And then usually I travel with people that they don't really care, and they just, all right, whatever I tell them the money, like, however they need too much to pitch in, and that's all, they just pitch in. But I don't like when you're the one that has to, like, really worry about too, like, like, even like Uber, right? Because sometimes people don't even want to download the Uber app on their phone. Oh, I don't got the app. You get it. It's like, bro, like, I'm not doing that either. And then I'm not going to be paying for all the Ubers as well, So.
Yeah. I always have the Lyft app. I use Lyft.
Oh, yeah. Well, Uber's Lyft to me.
Yeah.
Uber just means, getting the ride to me. But, yeah, I've always been that person that. Not always, actually. There's only one person. I think Tony's another one that does it in our group, where he'll plan it, he'll let us know, and sometimes it's so nice when that happens, though. It's so nice when you don't have to worry about, like, actually the guys trip that happened last time when I went, like, that was nice that you don't have to plan anything. You know, everything was already planned. It's just like, yo, you trying to come? It's like, yes. All right, that's it. Now you just bring what you got to bring to add to the fun. So I like that sometimes too, but the way that I'm also like, I like doing things my way. I don't mind sometimes planning it, you know?
Yeah, I could see that.
But it gets annoying sometimes too, because sometimes you realize, like, okay, if I don't say anything, nothing's gonna be done. Like, if I don't say let's go get something to eat, we're not gonna eat. Like,
Yeah.
yo, and when you're on vacation with people, right? Because I know you're always going on vacation with cases, so I know you speak from a different perspective. But try to put yourself in a perspective when you used to be like do stuff with friends and things like that. Do you remember? You know those people that are always like, oh yeah, we should go do this. And they're always saying we should go do that, we should go do this, we should go eat this, we should go here. But then they never like initiate it and plan it out. It's always just like, it's like they're waiting for someone to say, all right, let's go and let's get up and let's do it.
Let's go, yeah.
That happens a lot. That happens a lot on vacation sometimes, where my, a cousin will be like, oh, let's go eat, let's go do this. And we'll be like, all right, cool. And we'll just be on our phones. And then no one initiates it, so it doesn't happen. And then so like, oh, let's go eat here. All right, yeah, let's go. And we just stay on our phones and nothing happens,
Yeah, see, like there was times where I was traveling with people and they would do that. And I would be like, okay, so what time? I would always have to ask that. What time are we eating? What time are we going to the... And they would be like, okay. Like kind of force them to... Like...
Because they don't want to think about it and figure it out. They want someone else to figure it out, and like they just want to tag on. And I feel it. Like sometimes when you're on vacation, you don't want to think about it, and it's so nice when you have that person that, all right, we're gonna go do this. All right, cool. See, I say that now, but then when it comes down to it, I'm that person that's like, all right, we're not gonna do everything you want to do. Like, let me do what I want to do too,
Yeah.
And then when I boarded onto the plane, right? Because I ended up getting my seat at the gate. I ended up getting at the gate, right?
Oh, wow.
And they assigned it at the gate. And I was so mad because I was at the last row, the last group, and it was the most ghettoest thing. I felt so poor. Like, I'm really at the back of the plane.
You texted me and I was cracking up. I was like...
I've never boarded last. Since I've been flying, I've never boarded last. The last row, Nicole. The last row?
By the bathroom?
I'm lucky there's even overhead space for me when I even get in there. That's why I hate going last. Because you're not even guaranteed overbin space. Nah, and I'm not checking in my bag, yo. I'm not checking in my bag. And you get lost in the mix. And no.
You have no clothes?
No. Not I. I'll make this work, man. I'll put both these under my chair. I don't care. I'll be uncomfortable, but this is not getting checked in. I don't care. Yo, even being on the plane though, you know what I noticed? That they have, this is how big podcast is getting, yo. They have podcast option on the TV planes, the low planes.
Oh, what?
Yeah, like Spotify has like a deal with them, and you can listen to strictly audio on planes now. You don't have to you don't have to watch anything. I'm like, that's a whole new game with podcasting, yo. Cause even that, like, if I was like a JBP, or if I was a big podcast and I saw my pod in an airplane, I would want to know if I'm getting paid. Like, I didn't agree for my audio to be on a plane.
Right.
Like, I need to get my cut. But just think about all the different avenues you can put your thing in. Like, I gotta figure that out. How do I plug Siento on the plane? Strictly only. Like, how do I pay for that myself?
Airline place.
Yeah. And I know the airlines are they're already in cahoots with all the labels and all of them. So obviously it works out. But imagine you having if I had the dough to advertise our pod like that and just throw it into an airplane mix. That'd be hard.
It's like, ooh.
But then it's like, you have to do research too. Like, how many people really are listening to podcasts on airplanes?
On airplanes.
When you have your phone and your laptop or whatever, you download the podcast on.
Well, some people, so I listen to podcasts when I fly because I just like to have my eyes closed or just stare out the window and listen. But there's some people who would probably want to use that to not waste their battery on their phone.
That is true. But everyone's charging their phone when they're on the flight, no?
I guess it depends on the plane because some of them don't have.
What?
Unless you have your own. If you don't have your own portable charger, I usually carry a portable charger.
Oh no. Oh no, Nicole.
Yeah.
I'm not paying for a plane ticket. I can't charge my phone in the airplane. No. Wait, they make airplanes with no chargers?
If it's
You're lying. I don't think I've ever been in one of those.
Yeah, if there's certain planes where there's no charger. I mean, if it's a short flight, like.
But they all have a USB charger. If it has a TV thing, it has. Based off my experiences, I never went into one that had nothing.
I don't know. I have.
Word.
Yeah.
Dang.
I actually have, because I was really annoyed. I was like, why is there no charger here? But that's why I always have my own little portable charger.
That's smart. I don't carry that, but I never had that issue on a plane to not charge my phone. I messed up by never, because, the new iPhones don't have it's the USB-C on the other side, so I messed up by not be able to charge it because I don't have the right charger, but
right.
Every plane I've been in definitely has a USB charger. And even some of the newer ones now, they have the outlet charger. You can connect the whole outlet to it.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, man. I see, when I first started flying, I was that person that, because I was so, I get scared. I start looking into it. Like I'm nervous. So I look into the airlines. I look into the spacecraft. I need what kind of airplane it is. Nah, for real. And I go look at what type of model that is. And I do my research and stuff like that. For sure. Like, for sure. Like, I was that person. Now I'm less paranoid. Now I've flown enough times, so it's like, a little turbulence is cool. Like, before, a little turbulence, I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like, nah, I tense up. Tell me why I'm on the airplane, right? And we're going to Miami. And I do the dumbest thing, and I start watching this movie called, you seen the movie called Fall? I started watching Fall on the airplane. And tell me why my palms started getting sweaty, my feet got sweaty, and I'm like getting anxiety in the chair, and I'm like, why am I watching this? Like, you never seen the movie? You never seen it? Basically, like these women that are like rock climbers, or they climb stuff, and they were climbing to the highest radio tower in the world to throw the ashes of her man that died when they were climbing some other stuff, and it was like they climbed halfway, and it was like as big as the Eiffel Tower, and they just kept climbing, and I guess eventually the ladder fell. And they got stuck way at the top. And I'm watching this on a plane, yo. Like,
no.
And then the whole time, like, going like this on my legs. I'm like, yo, like, why am I? And I clicked. I'm like, I'm nervous because, bro, look what you're watching. You're on a plane and you're watching this? Come on. What are you doing to yourself? So I didn't even finish the movie.
Yeah, well, that's good.
I woke up, actually, when her homegirl had died. I'm like, man, what happened? I didn't get to see what happened. Okay. So eventually we land in Miami, land in Fort Lauderdale. Take the lift to Miami, to Coconut Grove. And the day, obviously, we landed is my dad's birthday. So I had my dad on my mind heavy just from the beginning. Like, obviously, just on the flight, when I got there, I'm just reminiscing. Obviously, went to go eat. The first place I eat at was the last place I ate at with him. So that was a thing. Obviously, my mom contacts me. She texted me like, "How you doing?" I'm like, "I'm good, Mom." And like, it was a tough day for her. So just having all that, like, luckily, like, my cousins were a distraction. So being around them, it was easy to not fall into just being sad all day. But then certain things would happen during the day that would just remind me of my dad. And certain things, like, There was one moment where we were in the car driving, and my cousin wanted me to connect my phone to the Bluetooth. But when you're driving and you can't connect the Bluetooth, you have to have it parked.
Right.
And so it didn't let me connect it. But in the process of that, her phone got disconnected from the Bluetooth. And when her phone got disconnected from the Bluetooth, the radio came on. And tell me why the song that comes on the radio is "Every breath I take, every move I make, the Diddy one." And it was from the beginning. And all I said was like, wow, this would come on. And like my whole mood, like we listened to the whole song, right? We ended up leaving it on. And I just start crying, right? Like, we're in the car. I'm looking out the window and I just start crying. And my cousin, she's trying to make me feel better. Like, he with you, right? And I'm like, I know. But it's like, what are the odds of that happening? Like, at that moment, this song comes on, right? And why did you tell me to connect at this moment? So all that starts playing in my mind, where it's like, man, that happened for a reason, That was like my dad in a way talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, so it was just it was hard just because the first time I experienced Miami was with my dad. You know, like the first time I was on Miami was because of my dad. Like my dad took a job in Florida because he fell in love with Miami. You know, so it was just a lot of moments where I'm on the balcony just like, damn, dad, like you don't get to experience this anymore. Like, this is one of your favorite places to experience in the present, like in the physical realm, and like you can't anymore. So it's like, that's when I started thinking to myself, like, should I stop coming here? Like, because I know how much this meant to my father, how much it meant to me. Like, I have to keep coming. I have to keep showing up. I have to keep turning up because, like, I felt my dad. I felt him when I was out there even having fun. Like, you know, like my dad, like, he just loved Miami. He'd always get drunk out there too. So it was just a lot of like, I went to a lot of the same spots that we were last in, so it just hit very, very different. And I just couldn't help myself. But again, you know, having my cousins there too is like, you can't be moping around all day. You can't just be sad all day. And it's hard when they're like cracking jokes. It's hard when they're, you know, let's go do this, let's go do that. Mm-hmm. And I don't expect them to just shut down too and start crying. You know, I don't expect them to just, because they're all close. My cousin, he's super close to him. This is padrino and everything, you know, like, but he just like it just we have to turn up for you, Dad. We have to go up in your honor. So I went up a little too hard. So that was on the 27th, and then you know, went to that restaurant that we ate at. The restaurant that I ate at the first time, that was the last time with my dad, was called Plática, which is a vegan restaurant, right? But it's like a vegan restaurant that's done like none other. Like it's a high quality, high end vegan type of restaurant. Mm-hmm. Like you walk in there and you're like, oh damn, it's like a 5-star type of restaurant. And I ended up meeting the owner too. Well, not the owner, but like the general manager. You know, the one that makes the teams and hires all the people. Basically overlooks the restaurant. And she started networking with him because we were going every day. That he just started chopping it up with us. I guess I started chopping it up with him about like the other restaurants, and he saw that I knew my stuff. And every time I start talking to people about anything, they always get impressed because I'm like, oh, this guy really actually like he knows. My barber to this day always tells me, yeah, bro, like I'm still impressed by like you knew more about me than I knew about myself when you got me on your pod. And like, yeah, I'm so tapped in, you know. So when I get presented the opportunity to express like what I'm tapped into, I express it. So I was just tapping in. I was just letting him know about like the vegan scene out here, what's out here, and he was like, "Yo, we got 3 locations coming to California." And long story short, he was like, "Bro, I'm gonna put you on the friends and family list. So when we open up our store, you'll be able to come through, try all the food for the first time on us and everything." I was like, "Yo, word."
Nice.
And the one in California is gonna be a cocina, so it's gonna be like Mexican themed. So I'm just like, yo, I'm with it. So yeah, that was my networking out there. But even talking to him the whole time, I'm thinking like, I'm gonna get you on the pod. I'm having one-on-one with you too, cause I could tap in. With all the different crowds, you know. So that was cool too. Shout out to Planta, cause I love, like, if you're in Miami, you have to go to Planta. Like, this non-vegan approved, like, for real, like it's different. But I also did enjoy a lot of other good food in Miami this time because I'm not vegan this time.
Yeah.
So I had more fun this time as well. I definitely had some bomb fish. I had this bomb Argentinian food. That was bomb. Yeah, I forgot what it's called. It's called like a sandwich the huevo or huecho. I forgot what it's called. Fire. Super fire. And then strip club had fire food too, though.
Ooh, what'd you eat there?
I don't remember. I was told it was lemon pepper wings. I was told it was lemon pepper wings and I think some lobster tails or something like that.
Okay. Lobster tail and lemon pepper wings. Fancy.
Okay, so that was the 27th with my dad. So now let's get into the fun. Because that was the 27th. And then we went back to the room, and I thought we were gonna call it a night and basically just pick it up the next morning, the morning of my birthday, and just get breakfast and just start the day like that.
Yeah.
But I was mistaken. We definitely started the birthday at the club, and we ended the birthday at the club.
Oh my gosh.
Not planned. It was not planned. Like this all, and it's crazy because that was the only day we went to the club, and after that, after the night part of the club, yeah, we were just. The trip basically ended after Saturday, after my birthday. So it's like my cousins, but we ended up like taking a nap. We fell asleep and we wake up around like midnight, basically like right before my birthday, right before the 28th like started. The night of the 28th started. It's like 11 p.m. I wake up, my cousin's still asleep, and I'm thinking like, yeah, we're not gonna go out. Like it's gonna be one of those nights where a nap turns into like we just slept for the rest of the night. Yeah. So but I was up, and my other cousin, she was staying with her homegirl, but she was supposed to come back. So I'm like, yo, you still pulling up? And she goes, yeah, I'll be out there later. She goes, I don't get cracking until midnight anyways. She never pulled up, so she ended up she got too turned up with her homegirl, and she never came through. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, okay, it's gonna be a boring night. Like whatever, I'll take the L. We still got the next 3 days. Like it's just the first day. Like don't even trip, right?
Yeah.
But then my cousin ends up waking up, and it's like 1 a.m. at this point, and we're like hungry. We haven't ate all day yet since like we had the first breakfast in the morning. And I was like, yo, you trying to go eat? He goes, yeah, let's go eat. So obviously where we're at, it's still pretty active. It's it's a nice little community. So we get dressed and we go downstairs, and it was like 3, almost 2. It was like 2 in the morning, almost 3 in the morning, and a lot of stuff was closed, but there's a few things that were open, and we ended up getting like some tacos. We got tacos. We're chilling, and then I was like, bro, so we're just gonna go back to the room? Like that's it? Like just tacos and go back to the room? And he goes, well, what you trying to do? And I'm like, well, I don't know. He goes, he's like, you trying to go to the club? I'm like, what club? And he goes, let's go to Tootsie's. And Tootsie's is like the most popular club in the country, really. It's like the number 1 club in USA, but it's lit in Miami. Like that's like the number 1 club. And I was like, let's do Tootsie's. Like I'd rather do that a different night. I don't want to do that the first night. Like because of the hype behind it. I was like, let's do that like a different night where. Let's keep it easy. Let's do it. Let's go to a strip club right now, but let's keep it chill. Let's not go crazy right now. So I know we're on the Yelp real quick, and then we find one that's has good reviews and decent things. So when we end up going at 3 in the morning. Basically, we get there, and I wasn't even super drunk. I was like on a good little buzz. Not even a buzz really. I took like probably 2 shots before I left the crib, and then I drank when I was there. But tell me why we get there, right? And this I know we're meant to be at that one, right? So we get there, and we set up the bar, and there's someone that was standing next to my cousin, and he didn't notice, and I'm like, oh look, I'm like, there's a homegirl standing right next to you, and she was pretty solid, and I guess she starts, oh hola papacito, da 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 da, over there it's like it's all Colombian chicks, right? So some of them barely talk any English, like it's so sexy the way they talk too, though. So they're calling you papi, they're calling you all this, they're just calling you all the nice things. So she takes my cousin, and then they go like to the part where you get a dance, not a private dance, but just like a regular dance, regular lap dance, and then another homegirl comes to me, and she's like, hola mijo, ¿cómo te llamas? And I'm like, oh, Chris, and she goes, oh, me llamo, I forgot her name, and then and she goes, hola es mi cumpleaños, and I'm like, no, and she's like, yes, es mi cumpleaños. I'm like, también el mío, and then like, I it's funny because later I'm like, I think I'm naive, like I don't think it was her birthday, like I don't think it was her birthday. But she was probably thrown off because like she's not used to people telling her like it's my birthday too,
Right.
So she was like, wait, is it your birthday or not? So I was like, it's my birthday, I can show you my ID. She goes, no, I believe you. And she's like, how old are you? And I'm like, oh, 29. And she's like, oh, baby. And I'm like, well, when are you considered an adult? I told her that. And she's like, I'm like, okay. But she was bad, right? Super bad. Like she was an older lady también, like I think she had just turned 40 actually. And I was like, yeah, you look like you like 34, like she was bad. Like she was actually nice fake body for sure, but it was nicely proportioned. It wasn't like the butt to thigh ratio wasn't crazy, it actually made sense. She looked good. It looked good. But I thought it was so dope that it was her birthday because we literally just like spazzed over that for like 5 minutes. We're just like, oh my god, your birthday. So she started treating me more special, you know. She wanted, she's like, okay, let's go get a dance or whatever. So I'm all right, cool, let's go. So I go and I sit down next to my cousin, and I was like, yo, Mikey. I was like, Mikey, it's her birthday too. And he's like, what? It's yours too. And I was like, I know. And then he's like, hell yeah. And I was like, yeah, that's what's up, huh? And then like 2 minutes later, he gets taken. Like he leaves. They take him, and I'm just like, all right, whatever. And they kept trying to take me to go back there too, right? And I don't go to the strip club for that, right? Like I don't go for the let's go to the private room type stuff, you know?
The VIP.
Yeah, I'm not down for that. Like I'm not there for that. I'm trying to enjoy a dance. I want to see you just, you know, work them hips, fire, you know? Like do dope stuff, you know? Like don't be boring. Like I'm more so there for that. So and I don't mind, like, cause they're like, oh, you just want another dance? Then I'm like, yeah, just give me another dance. You know, I don't mind paying the $20 for the dance. I'd rather do that than go back there anyways. But that was fun. We were there, ended up spending. I always give myself a little $200 limit. Like just spend $200. It's a little $200 something light. Spent the $200 and just kept it pushing. That night was chill. So that's how the birthday started, and we got back to the house, back to the hotel like around 7, 8. It was 7 a.m. and then fell asleep. Then my cousin picked us up probably like 4 hours later, and then I spent 4 hours of my birthday like during the day at the beach on South Beach, just laying on the sand. We went to go eat, and we were so hungover, so we just went to the beach, and I was off the mushrooms, just heavy, off three mushis, just on the sand, just vibing. It was such a good time. Like it was so packed, and people just, you know, everyone just having fun, everyone just talking. Tourism, you know, it was a vibe. People selling merchants. I don't even seen that video I posted where dudes like, yo, I eat at Riverside. Yeah, you know, because he's trying to sell some waters and stuff, and then he's like, where y'all from? And I was like, well, we're from Riverside. Like, I know where that's at, the IE. Like, yeah, I know where IE's at. And I was like, oh, where? And I was like, say less. He goes, yeah, man, I'm from LA, bro. We all the way from Miami, from LA, Riverside, So I was like, yo, let me record you. He goes, yeah, for sure. and I just like, go. And he went off, and he goes, I don't even know what I just said. After he was done, like, I don't even know what I just said. And I was like, it was perfect. Don't even trip. But I did that for majority of my birthday. Was on the beach. Then we went back to the room, chilled too. We did some smoking, rolled up, started sipping some liquor, and then we started getting ready to go to Tootsie's.
Ooh.
And we were high. I was high, and I have this bad habit where I throw up on new shit that I wear all the time, and I hate that. I hate it. But I had just bought these. I bought these pants, right? And I wore them, and they're brand new, and I threw up on them. But I had just bought them because the last ones I had, I messed up because I had changed the car battery on my car, and I put the battery in my trunk, and the battery acid leaked, and then it leaked on a chair. And when I went to go visit my dad at the cemetery, I used that chair, and I sat on him with those jeans, and it sinked through. Yo.
And it like messed him up.
Yeah. So then it faded, and I still kept them for a minute. I didn't wear them, but I just kept them. Like I hung them up. And then out of nowhere one day, like I picked them up, and I just you know, I folded them or something, and they just ripped off. So like I was like, what the? And I was like, man. And I had just bought them. They were like my favorite pants, you know, at the moment. So I had found some new ones right before Miami too, and I bought them just so I can wear. I had this whole fit in my head, you know, and I wore the fit and everything, but threw up on the freaking pants, yo. On the shirt was brand new, the thing, and luckily my shoes could have been way worse, and they were brand new white shoes, and I luckily was just like the sole, like the white part, so it wasn't crazy, but that would have hurt, and yeah, it's just childish, right? So I'm over that. I'm over throwing up. So. We all got ready. We were all getting fly. You know, my cousins, you know, she's getting done up too. You know, I put on my clothes, you know, when we start taking shots, and I messed up because I just drink a lot, right? Mm-hmm. And I drink straight alcohol. I'm not doing mixed drinks. I'm not doing margaritas. I'm not doing none of that. Like I just give me it neat. I don't even need it on the rocks. Just neat. Give it to me neat. And I was just drinking Blanco. We had gone to Costco. I bought a bottle, and it was a Don Julio, the Blanco, right? I like Blanco. I don't mind Reposado, Blanco. It don't matter to me. You know what? I just need to be tequila, but Don Julio. And then, so I'm sipping on the thing, and then everyone's getting ready. My cousin had jumped in the shower, and then my cousin was outside on the balcony talking to her man on the phone, and then I was in the room by myself for a little bit. And I was just vibing. We had the music playing, and then I had just poured up a cup, and I was just vibing, you know. So I'm just sipping straight alcohol, you know. I just slow sipping it, and kill the whole cup too. And then right before we step out, my cousins are like, oh, you know, they haven't been drinking really, so they're like, oh, let's take a shot, you know, whatever. So I'm like, yeah, pour me up, and they pour me up like thick shots, and I'm just. And there was one shot where I actually was like, yo, that was a lot, bro. He goes, my bad. And, like, I felt like throwing up even there. But I was like, nah, I'm good. Like, I passed through it. I was like, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Still went to the club and everything. You know, he got the Uber. I ended up ordering the Lyft. Got in the car. We're all excited. You know, we took pictures real quick in the mirror. We're walking downstairs. And I about to get started. Like, we lit, you know. We're going to Tootsie's, too. Like, it's just known to be lit. And we had seen the reviews. And we're excited, right? So we go. We get there. Well, the whole time, I guess, in the car is just funny because the whole time in the Lyft, I'm like chopping it up like with the Lyft driver, right? Just chopping it up. And then later on the next day, I ended up finding out like, bro, that Lyft driver was going like 50 miles per hour on the freeway. He was driving slow. He goes, but you didn't even notice because you were just talking up a storm with him. And like I was just like tapping in heavy with like him coming over here, you know, him getting papers, him helping his daughter, like a lot of stuff where it's just like, I'm only talking to you because I'm drunk, you know, like super drunk. But it still hadn't clicked. And it still hadn't clicked to me that I'm like, yo, I'm really drunk. I'm thinking that I'm just drunk. Like, nah, I'm drunk. Because now I look back and I was slurring my words in the car with him. But still thinking everything that I'm still thinking we're going to have a great time. We end up getting to the club. Boom, we get in. Why when we get in, they're like, 150. They start breaking down like where you want to sit at, and depends however close you want to be to the stage is how they charge you more. Right. So we bought a table for 150. It was a good distance from the stage, and then they gave us a hookah, and then I forgot it was like a package deal for 150, and then if you wanted more drinks and stuff like that, then obviously it starts going up more. Mm-hmm. So we started getting drinks, you know. We had a dope server. Shout out to you, Denise. Denise was super dope. They're called angels because they wear angel suits, and she was our angel for the night. So she was bringing us all our drinks. She was bringing us our food. We needed one. She'd get the ones for us, you know. So she was just catering to us, right? She was basically our waitress for the night, and yeah, so we got into it. I started drinking. I started turning up. And the whole night, I'm still on the same drink. Still on Don Julio Blanco, just double shotting it. Every time they ask me for a drink, double shot Don Julio, double shot Don Julio, double shot Don Julio. And then where it got crazy was when the girls came over. No, that's when I don't remember after that. I remember taking 2 shots with them, and I don't remember anything else.
Lights out.
Out, yo. Out. Like, it was like you said earlier, it's one of those where you black out, but like no one knows you're blacked out because you're still because based off
doing everything.
Based off what my cousins were telling me, like, yeah, I was walking around, I was talking to the security guard, I was talking to everybody, but I don't remember that. I don't remember going to the bathroom all the time. You know, I remember going once, and I remember when I recorded the video in the bathroom too, and I think I posted that video, and I don't remember going again after that. And they said that I kept getting up and leaving. And obviously I don't blame them to like, wow, how come you guys ain't babysitting me? Because they're having a good time too. You know, they're getting drunk and stuff like that. So yeah, they're assuming that I'm going to the restroom. If that's what I'm telling them, then I don't know where I went after the restroom. I really don't, you know? So but yeah, so the girls came over and they were super dope. Like the girls, like, cause they weren't even really like, we weren't even spending that much money on them, but we were buying them drinks. You know, they were hitting our hookah. We were buying drinks for them. So like, it was a vibe, you know, like they were just chilling with us. We actually have a video where like I'm at the table and the homegirl just dancing on me. I'm just throwing money on her at the table. Like, and I guess my cousin, one of my cousins, she was like, nah, bro, like, you're loud, bro. Like, you were yelling at the stripper sometimes. I'm like, no. They're like, yeah, but like not yelling at them like that, but like you would call them from a distance, like, yo, yeah, come here, like doing stuff like that.
Gosh.
And I don't remember any of that, yo. So I'm just like, man. So I guess I'm speaking now in hindsight, but I guess all that's happening when I'm blacked out. I'm unconscious. I don't know what's going on. So the next morning. So I guess that's what happens the rest of the night. You know, I turn.
Ooh, so can I
Go
ask
ahead.
you a question?
Yeah.
So were you at that club when it was like on? Because I want to just, I'm trying to put it together with what you posted on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
You had like your sunglasses on and someone was giving you like a neck massage. Was that at Tootsie's?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
I remember that. That's when we barely got there. That's before like girls really started coming over and dancing on our table. That was because they were giving massages. It was like, I think it was $9 a song for massage, and I was like, say less. I was like, what? What? I'll pick 5 songs right now to get this massage, yo. That was amazing, you know. So I forgot about the massage. That was fun. I probably the most enjoyable part of the night. That was.
Because I remember seeing that on Instagram and I was like, okay, get your neck massage.
Yeah, for real. That's how it was. So I'm assuming that's how the night went, right?
Mm-hmm.
We get back. I don't know what happens from the club to the hotel or the room. I don't know how I ended up back over there. I do know. I'll break it down right now. But when I woke up, this is why I'm very upset with myself.
Okay.
When I woke up, I got woken up by my cousin the next morning. She was looking for her stuff. She was like, yo, where my stuff at? So I'm just literally, and it trips me out because I woke up as if the night went perfect. I woke up, like, I changed out of my other clothes. I changed it to, like, pajama clothes. Or, not pajama, but I changed it to, like, my sleeping clothes. You know, I was tucked into the bed. I had the covers over me. Like, it wasn't like I was just lay down on the bed, you know, all crazy. And, like, oh, my gosh, what happened? Where am I? I literally woke up, and I'm, like, on my side of the bed, like, if everything would have went perfectly fine. So that's what tripped me out. That's what tripped me out. And then when she's like, yo, where my stuff at? I wake up, and I look, and I see her, like, with my pants. And I'm like, this should be in the pants. And she goes, they're not in your pants, bro. And then I'm like, and then I seen like some shorts that were next to me on the stand, which is the same color as the pants. So they're the same thing as the pants, just the short version of them. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh, I think they're right here. And she goes, nah, I already checked right there too. You weren't wearing shorts last night. And I'm like, then they should be in there. She goes, they're not in here, bro. And then I got up because I'm like, oh, well, let me see if they're somewhere, you know. So I get up and I'm looking. And then I couldn't find her cards. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, I don't know where your card's at. Like, I just don't know. Mm-hmm. And she goes, wow, bro, wow. And then, like, while we're trying to find her stuff, I realized, like, yo, where's my phone? And where's my debit card? Like, where's my stuff, too? Like, I don't know where my stuff is at either. Mm-hmm. So then that's when I started tripping, too, because it's like, yo, what happened? What went on? Blah, blah, blah. And then that's when they started telling me, like, bro, you threw up in the Uber. And I'm like, no. They're like, bro, you threw up all over the Uber. I'm like, nah. And my cousin ended up having to, you know, pay for that. And I don't remember throwing up in the Uber. I don't remember even getting in the Uber. And my cousin threw up a little bit in the Uber as well, but he ended up making it like right when he parked the car when we got back, he got out and he threw up in the bushes or whatever. And I guess when the Uber dropped us off, they were saying that I disappeared, that I ran into the hotel room, and that they couldn't find me.
Oh my God!
And then next thing you know, I just walked into the hotel room. They said that my other 2 cousins. They went to the hotel room. They went back into the room, and then I just walked in randomly. And I was like, wow, you guys would not wait for me. And I was all pissed. And I'm just like, what the hell? And they're like, yeah. They're like, we don't know where you went. We don't know what happened. But it didn't make sense to me that I lost the cards because I had the room keys on me. And that's a card. And I had all those together. Mm-hmm. I had the room key, my debit card, her ID, and my card. And I had it like in this little, my pants had like the regular pocket, but right next to it, they have like a compartment that has a zipper. So I can put stuff in there too, and then and it's the same pocket, but just the zipper compartment, so nothing slips out. And I usually put it there when I go out somewhere, like, you know, when a club or something like that. So in my head, I'm thinking, if I got back into the room with the card, that means that I didn't lose the cards at the club because I got back into the room.
Right.
So then I started thinking, like, it was literally the hangover the next day for us. So the next day, we go to security at the hotel. We go back to the club at Tootsie's to go ask them what happened, to see what and we were just trying to find answers because it did not make sense. How I lost my phone, my shades, but then I lost the cards, but then I lose a room key. So either I went to the wrong floor maybe, and I tried to get into a room, and I just like took all the cards out, and they just fell in the hallway in the room in the hotel, but they didn't have a card they lost and found. Either that or someone just kept it. But I don't know why you would keep, like, what are you gonna do with the debit card? What are you gonna do with the ID?
Yeah, that's dumb.
So certain parts don't make sense. So, and I've also thought about, okay, maybe I left the phone and the shades in the Uber. And we tried hitting him up. We left him a message, and he never responded to us either. But in my head, I'm thinking, like, the Uber, like, if it wasn't the Uber, like, where would it must be covered in throw up? Then, you know, where else would it be? The phone, because the phone it was fully charged. I even put it on the low battery power thing, and it's dead. When we called in the morning, when we dialed it, it was dead. So I don't know if someone just locked it trying to get into it, and they couldn't get into it and just locked on them, or I don't know what could have happened, yo. I don't know where my phone at. I didn't find it at all. We went everywhere, nothing. And I never found, my cousin never found her ID. We never found anything. And that's why, and then the whole next morning, like, I was crying because I was so frustrated. Because I've never had a night where my mess up causes me what it caused. Like, I lost money because of how I got drunk, how drunk I got. I lost a phone that was basically practically new. You know, I'd never been out the case, really. So it's basically a brand new phone. I lost brand new shades that I wore for the first time. $400 shades.
Wow.
I lost I made it an inconvenience for other people because now she had to go through a process to get back to the airport without an ID. You know, so
I was gonna ask you what happens with that.
Yeah, I mean, you can get back. It's just they ask you more questions and stuff, but it's like it's just the inconvenience that I caused on people. And yeah, obviously it's like I didn't need to take her. She doesn't put the full blame on me because I didn't have to be taking care of her cards. You know, it's not my full fault, but it's just the fact that it's still my actions that I could have woken up in jail. Like, I don't even know how the night could have ended. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what was looking after me, but like the sacrifice was losing your phone and your stuff. And then now I can't send money to people because the rest of the trip I couldn't Zelle nobody because I don't have a card no more. I had to cancel my card, and Zelle only works through your debit card type stuff, right? So I can't send money to anybody. Now I'm stuck. Even today, yesterday my pool guy. Oh, we're not gonna give you service because you're late on your payment, and I totally forgot to I guess my payment it didn't go through,
right?
Because of the card, and now just dealing with all that, just a bunch of stuff that I have to deal with because of my childish behavior, because I just didn't know how to control my drinking. I showed up to the club drunk already. There's no need for me to keep drinking the way I was drinking. Okay, yeah, maybe take one double shot and just babysit it for a while, bro.
Yeah.
But there's no reason. I was just pounding them, double shot after double shot after double shot. I don't even know how many shots it was. When I look at the video, I see a bunch of cups on the table. So I don't even know. And then I ended up spending $400 on the freaking night on the table, on the food and everything. When it was supposed to be $150, but I don't know how drunk I got or that we got that we just kept ordering things. And we were all gonna split the tab, but then because I threw up in the Uber, my cousin had to cover that. I was like, bro, don't even worry about it. Like, I'll take the L for this. I'll take the charge. Don't even trip. Same thing with my cousin. I told him, don't even trip. You know, I lost your ID. It's my fault. Like, it is what it is. But I was just so mad at myself, Nicole. I was crying because I was so pissed that that happened the way it happened. because I didn't know how to control myself. Like I told myself, like, you're about to hit 30 next year, and you're still drinking. Like you just started drinking. Like if you're 18 and you're sneaking a bottle into your room and just drinking it. Like what are you doing? So it was just very childish behavior. It's super childish, and the fact that like I said, like I don't know what could have happened, man. I really don't know. Like I'm so lucky that I woke up in the bed. How was
all cozy with the blanket?
Because I know how I get when I'm drunk. I get very argumentative. You think I'm stubborn now? I'm way more stubborn when I'm drunk. Like it's like I try to fight people. I don't even try to fight people when I'm sober, but I try to fight you when I'm drunk. So imagine like, if I could have got beat up by somebody. My mom even jumped to it. She went to the extreme. Was like, you could have been raped, and I'm like, yo, relax. Like,
oh my gosh,
I feel you, but I'm like, relax. Like,
oh, your mom's made it way dark.
And then, and my cousin was like, yeah, they roofied you, bro, and I'm just like, the only reason I'm gonna say yeah is because of how it went literally from me being present to me just being gone. But I'm like, nah, because like you can kind of like I would probably would have been worse, like super slurry and probably blacked out. No, like super blacked out. Like because my cousin said I was still able to walk. They still able to walk me to the car and stuff like that. If I was roofied, you think I would be able to do all that?
I mean, it just depends what they put in. We don't know what they put in there. If that's what occurred, but were you hungover the next day? Like how hungover were you?
Not like crazy, but that head pounding like crazy. That's it. Super, yeah.
Crazy. I can't. When you texted me, and I was like, "Did you barf?"
Well, I did, like in the car. I just don't remember barfing.
You don't even remember barfing.
I don't remember barfing, yo. That's what's crazy to me. I don't remember a lot of the night, and that's not cool. It's just not cool. That's not cool. And I've never had a night after drinking where I tell myself I'm not drinking no more. Like I'm cool. I need to chill now. And I justify it because I don't drink often, So yeah, like I've had many moments where I've thrown up and all that stuff, but it's always like once a year. So I never look at it like it's like I'm doing this every weekend. It's not like I'm doing this once a month. So I always justify it because like, oh, it's my birthday or it's New Year's. Like I'm gonna go hard. But then this time it was just like, bro, there's no need to get to that level. You were lit already, bro. You could have had a peaceful night if you would have just played a little bit more smarter. And you would have remembered the night. You didn't remember half the night.
Okay, so question. What was on your Instagram story and it said sports?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out too.
I looked at that and I was like,
I'm trying to figure that out too.
Your hair was like,
my cousin showed me the story, right? She showed me my stories, and I started cracking up when it got to that point because it literally went from like me having the hookah with the shades on, and you notice the last post, I don't have my shades no more. And I don't know why it says, I don't know why I put sports bra. I really don't. I'm trying to figure that out myself.
So I'm just gonna tell you because I feel like I'm like your older sister, so I was like trying to piece it together because we know that I've done some wild stuff. So I was like, was he with like a woman and she was wearing a sports bra and not a regular bra?
But probably that probably would inspire. That's what I was thinking. Like, what if there was a stripper that probably had like looked like a sports bra, and I was just like, oh, sports bra, whack. How you at a strip club with a sports bra,
Because your face, even you were like, it was like.
Yeah, I know. It was as soon as I got to my new phone, I deleted that post.
Were they watching you, like making sure you weren't giving away your stuff to the dancers? Like,
see, even that, I think that I probably gave my shades to one of the dancers.
I feel like you probably gave your shades away.
Just trying to be like a boss, oh, here, you can have my shades. Yeah. You look good enough.
But that's how some of them play the game. Like, oh, let me see your shades. Oh, and they play it off like, and that's how they get you.
Yeah, they saw a little Prada logo on it. Like, let me see your shades.
She's like, oh, do I look good enough? Y tú de borracho were like, oh, you look good enough.
My theory is, did your pockets feel loose when you sat down? Like it sounds like you had a lot in your pockets. So if they weren't in the zipper, like, did it feel like it was slipping out and you just got up and it was all gone? Or
no, there's no way they can slip out because they were in the zipper. There's no way the cards could have slipped out unless I or someone opened them up.
That's what
and
I'm
then
saying.
Maybe.
I feel like maybe it was either given away or stolen.
But again, it don't make sense because I had my room key. If that would have happened at the club, the room key would have fell out in the club too.
Yeah.
But I had the card for the room. Both of them.
In the same, and all in the same.
They were all in the same pocket. It was literally only my cousin's credit card, my debit card, and her ID. Out of the 5 cards that were in my, and you know what's crazy, yo? When we got to the table, we have to put a card down for the tab, right?
Yeah.
So I had to give my ID and my credit card. And it's so funny because I told Denise, I'm like, Denise, can I trust you with my credit card and my because and I forget that they're a high end, like, you know, strip club. Like they're really known for their service and their businesses. Like they're not trying to play you like that. So, and I understood that, but it's still me still being sketchy because, you know, it's a strip club. I don't want to give my credit card and my ID like that. But she goes, "No, we have these surveillance all night or whatever." Tell me why. That's the only thing I actually had on me the next morning too, though. My ID and the credit card from the club that I gave to her. So there's no way that I could have lost the stuff at the club. So it had to be the Uber driver, and he never hit us back, so we never got that closure from him.
He was probably upset.
He was.
He probably got your glasses.
And my phone.
See, but they're supposed to report, though, when even... I mean, that's just... So there's a lot of times where I've gone Lyft and Uber by myself, and... Obviously, I've always kept my stuff together and whatever, but I always have conversations with drivers, and yeah, they're supposed to either try to get a hold of you, or even if it's like, hey, this is covered in vomit, just to let you know, I'm going to throw it away or whatever. Like, it just seems weird that they're supposed to respond.
Well, we called him. We tried to get a hold of him too. Uber gave us the contact information to call him. And I left them a voicemail. And I apologize. You know, I was like, you know, I'm sorry. You know, it was a crazy night. I want to know if you have my stuff. And he just never hit us back up. So never. I don't know. I have a feeling that my phone and my glasses I did leave at the strip club, either on the table somewhere, or if I kept going to the bathroom in and out, I probably might have left it in the stall or something. I don't know. And my shades were pretty dark, so I probably just took them off somewhere where I couldn't really see, left them there, forgot about them, and just dipped. That's what I'm thinking happened to the shades. Now, the cards, something happened to those cards in the hotel room. If I got lost, how my cousins say I got lost, I lost it somewhere in the hotel room or somewhere. That probably came off in the Uber. I probably was trying to just dig for the hotel key, and I probably just dropped it or something.
What's crazy is how when you're like in that lack of consciousness, how you ended up finding your way to the hotel room, though.
And that's what I said earlier. That's why I'm saying the night could have gone so much worse. Mm-hmm. The night could have been so crazy. Like, I'm just so blessed that I woke up safe and sound. Yeah, you lost a phone, you lost IDs and cards and all that, you lost some shades, but you woke up safe and sound. You didn't wake up in jail. You didn't wake up beaten up. You didn't wake up somewhere randomly, like in a random behind bushes or something. You know, like, it could have been way worse, yo, way worse. And yeah, so I just definitely went for the books, but definitely was a lesson. And that's why I was like, never, like, just lesson learned. Like, not to not have fun, but just to be more responsible when you have fun, bro.
Yeah, pump the brakes with the
drinking. Stop going crazy, man. Like, I always feel like I always feel like I can drink. And my tolerance has gotten better, you know, my drinking tolerance. And I know how to drink, and that's why it tripped me out more that I drank how I know I'm supposed to drink, so I could prevent all that from happening. Mm-hmm. But that's why I know I drank too much. I drank way too much. Not just a little too much, way too much. Way too much. Definitely unacceptable. Unacceptable. And
did you have your laptop with you?
Nah.
Because you could have used that to find your phone.
I tried to. I actually used my cousin's phone. My cousin's. You can try to find an iPhone like that, but it was already it was offline, so the phone was off. So yeah, when I went to go get my new phone, that's what I mean. Like, this is the part of the consequences. All the consequences after that night. I had to go get a new phone the next day because you just need a phone. Like,
Yeah.
You need a phone, especially when I'm traveling, I'm out, I gotta get back home, I gotta hit people up to come pick me up. Like I just couldn't I couldn't just wait to come home and get a phone. There's no way I could have. So I went to go get a phone, had to drop a cool 1,000 right there on the phone. Just like all the stuff. I ended up getting double charged at the club, so I have to deal with that. I had to deal with with my cousin, trying to see if she can get back home, safe and sound, and she did, thankfully. But all that, man, just making my cousin have to deal with the Uber stuff, and it's just all the things that I did after that. Now too, I'm obviously I have to change all my card information and all my accounts, so now everything's backed up, and I still don't have my debit card that hasn't came in yet. So it's just because of my dumb actions. That's it. I don't blame anybody but me. And, some people can say, oh, you can't beat yourself up. It is what it is. I know I'm human, though. And, right now, let me just fester in it. I'll get over it. But it's just not acceptable. It was not acceptable at all. And I'm just getting older to where you can't be doing things like that, bro. You can't. That's a buzzkill even to company you're with. You just can't be irresponsible like that. So it sucks that it took that for me to learn, but Tootsie's was fun. It was definitely a movie, and yeah, that's how it was. Huh. No, tell me why the first club we went to, it was all techno music, right? It was hip hop lyrics, but with the EDM beat, trash. The only time they played some dope, the only time it was dope was when they played Drake. They played Drake one time, Drake and Future one time. That was it. Speaking of Drake and Future, we get Drake tonight. Hey! I was mad too that he didn't drop on my birthday like he was supposed to. He was supposed to drop on the 28th, man. The strip clubs would have been lit if Drake and 21 dropped, man. What? But nah, I'm just have fun out there, guys, and I know this is probably just a me problem. A lot of dudes, mostly dudes, be drinking beer, so a lot of guys don't even get how I get. But I just gotta relax, man. Relax, cause it's different if you would have had my mom would have been around or someone would have been around where they're not gonna get drunk at all. But I'm with people that everyone wants to have a good time too. I kind of expect everyone to just watch out for one of us.
So there's always someone though, at least with me and our group of friends, there's the levels of who gets super drunk, who does we have friends that don't drink at all. Then it's you try to all recollect the night.
Yeah.
There has to be someone, because I would always get the Lyfts and the Ubers, and I would be like, we need you to sober up before you get in this Lyft because I am not going to pay for it.
See, that's smart though, but man, I can't even.
Yeah, it's just you didn't even know it was gonna
I don't know it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it happened. I probably got in the car, and as soon as the car started moving, and just whoa.
Yeah, that was it.
But this is bad. That's bad. So that's embarrassing, yo. That, and it's even that too. Just thinking about that, ruining someone's car like that, and I did that to Manny one time, yo. Oh my gosh, man! I remember one time we came back from a New Year's party, and he had just gotten in his car. It was a brand new car, and I just all over the inside, yo, all over the inside. I would look at him. He said I would look at him, and then I just turn to his car and just throw up in the car on purpose. I up. Oh yeah, sorry, can you get that? Oh. That's how bad I was, and I felt so bad. I woke up in the morning. I woke up in the car. He left me in the car because I didn't want to get out. So I woke up and I'm just throw up all over me. And I'm like, what the? I was like, oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. I felt so bad. So bad. And I woke up the next morning and went straight to the car wash, the detailer, got it all detailed. Man, that was bad.
So you have a history of.
Oh man, I have so many stories of me throwing up.
Of Ralphing, that's what we call it in our.
We gotta have a episode where I call all my friends and they're gonna break down. They're gonna break down moments to you.
Wow.
I remember that one time we were in La Quinta, and it was noon. It was noon, and we were all taking shots already. I was messed up. This is when I was drinking Henny too. So we were off the Henny just at noon. And then we went to Costco to get about, you know those big Henny bottles at Costco? We went to Costco to buy one of those, came back to the place, took more shots. By 1 p.m., I was done, right? Tell me why I woke up at 10 p.m., 9 hours later, like on the couch, and they're like, damn, finally wake up. And I smell like throw up on me, right? But I didn't have anything on me, but I smelled it. And they were like, bro, he goes, you threw up all over the restroom. And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, bro, all over the walls, all over the counter, everywhere, bro. Like, not even just the toilet. And I'm like, what the? Who cleaned it up? And they're like, Jasmine. And I was just like, bro. I was like, thank you. I'm like, good. Not that Jasmine, but I was like, good looking out, Jasmine. Because, man, shout out to those homegirls that, because the homies sometimes do it, but homegirls always want to look out and clean up for the homies, man. Shout out to the homegirls. Because they be coming in clutch. And yo, have you ever thrown up off of smoking weed?
So this is funny. So this was years ago. I had smoked so much, and I would take like the train because I wasn't living with my parents. So I had to take the train, and then I was going to go see my grandparents. And I had eaten so much. And then when I get to my grandparents' house, my abuelita was like, Nicole, vas a comer? And I was like, but I was so lit. And she had made like all this good food. And I was like, okay. And so I'm just like, oh. And I threw up from eating so much.
Dang.
And I don't throw up like from drinking and stuff like that. Like it's...
Jeez.
But I just ate so much that I was just like, I had to. That's crazy.
I threw up off the first time I ever smoked out of a bong.
What?
Because I ate the rib. I ghosted it, and I wasn't used to that. And tell me why, man. I'm saying like I've had a history of throwing up, yo. This is back in the days when I was still in high school. And I remember we used to go to the homie's house, and I hit the bong, right. And then we went back, and I got like so like faded. I was so faded, like I was gone, right, off the bong hit. And we go back into his apartment, and he goes, "Oh, you're like, we're gonna go to 7-Eleven. You want anything?" And I was like, just give me whatever. I don't really care. Tell me why they bring back these chocolate covered almonds, right? And I guess I wasn't even chewing them, because I ended up throwing them up, right?
And they were still whole.
Yes, but I threw them up in the homie's on his bed. On his bed, and then I threw up twice the same day, like literally hours later, again on the floor.
You can't control it, like when you're...
No.
Okay, because I know people like you, but I have friends, like my core friends. I have a friend one time, he was so drunk and he had to throw up, and this fool literally was holding it, and we're like opening doors for him, like trying to, and he was like, it was like starting to like squirt a little bit from the side, and we're opening the doors, and he made it out. But what I'm hearing from you is that you just
yeah, no, I can't.
I can't even tell this story, I think, on here because.
But you know what made me throw up though? It was the bass of they're bumping music, and it was the bass of the music. Yeah, and I remember that. I can call the homies right now, and they'll remember that day where they're playing music, right? And I'm just like in the bed, like dead, bro. I was literally dead on the bed, and then I just get up right away. I'm like, yo, cut the music off, and they're like, what? And they turn it off. I'm gonna throw up. And then they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, cut the music off. And as soon as they cut the music off, on the bed. And they're like, what the? And I'm like, bro, the bass made me throw up. Like, you guys are bumping the hell out of that, and I feel nauseous. So.
Did you throw up on roller coasters too?
See, no. I never throw up when it's like stuff like that, like spinning around or like. I don't get nauseous like that. I only throw up when I'm like under the influence.
Oh, okay.
Only time.
Wow.
I hate throwing up.
You're that friend where it's like.
I'm definitely that friend that I get carried away.
Noted.
I get carried away. I do. And before it was worse because I didn't know how to drink. I mean, that's funny because I still don't know how to drink, I guess. But I'm saying like before when I used to drink whatever, like I'll go from beer to brown to white.
Clear to.
Yeah, I would just whatever. So it made sense to get like that. You know, when go from the slush, go to Vegas and get the Fat Tuesday stuff. And that was the worst. All the sugar, that's the worst. So I used to drink like that. So now that's what I'm saying. This time at Tootsie's, it was just way too much alcohol. That's what it was. Cause I drank how I was supposed to drink to not have a bad night. But I went crazy when all the girls started coming through, and it just got way too fun. Way too fun.
Way too fun.
One for the books.
One for the books.
One for the books, man. Shout out to all the mommies out there. So I dedicate la canción to them. Cause I was out there bailando bien borracho.
Los dos.
I don't even smoke hookah. I was over there like Drake. I was fake hookahing.
Oh my god.
For real. But yeah, that was my Miami trip, yo. 2022. After that night, it was basically like downhill after that. Saturday, because that was Friday night basically. So Saturday was just hungover, running errands, getting a phone, just being mad at myself, making calls, and yeah, it was.
Ouch.
That was basically the end of the trip. Because Sunday I got tatted. So Sunday, that was probably the only highlight of it. But other than that, it was just very chill. One of my cousins left Sunday, and then another one left Monday, and I left Monday night. So the trip basically ended after Saturday. A lot of money got wasted that night, and we were kind of just like, yeah, let's just chill, because I didn't feel like drinking no more. Like, I really didn't after that. That happened Friday night, and then we still had Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and I didn't feel like drinking anymore.
I don't blame you.
So when you don't feel like drinking no more, like I don't feel like partying no more, you know?
Yeah, you were just done at that point.
I told them, like, yo, I just want to go chill at the beach. Like, let's go to the beach and that's it. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to spend money no more. I was just upset that I had to force my hand to spend money on a phone. Like, I wasn't ready to get a new phone yet. Even though I wanted a new phone, but I didn't need to get a new phone yet, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll see what Miami 2023 has in store.
Danger.
I don't know if I want to go again though next year, or I don't know if I want to do my birthday though. I'll probably do New Year's. New Year's in Miami is hard too. Fun, super fun. All right, mija. Well, we got a few more segments before we get out of here. I love that song.
Me too.
You know, that's the first Bad Bunny song that I got on board with. I
Really?
forgot who had it on their reel or who put it on their story, and I'm like, yo, what is this? This is hard. Like, I'm a sucker for like the R&B type of vibey
Yeah.
stuff. That's why I liked it. But all right, let's get into that was our Plática for the day. You know, Miami. I recommend anybody to go to Tootsie's for sure. It was fun. And yeah, that was a great trip. One for the book. Shout out to my Scorpio gang. So now we're gonna move on to. I wanted to put this in here because it just made sense. You know, Scorpio season. This is news del dia, and stuff like this is like, it's funny to me that it happens at the timing that it happens, because it is Scorpion season. But basically, un niño muere tras ser picado por un escorpión. Sufrió 7 infartos. Right? So a boy was so excited to go camping with his family that while getting dressed, he didn't notice that one of the world's most venomous scorpions was stalking him closely and then strung him. Although doctors managed to stabilize him in the hospital, the series of heart attacks ended up taking his life away. Welcome to Scorpion season.
Wow.
Imagine getting killed by Scorpion the first week of Scorpion season. Scorpio season. That's not funny, but that's definitely news del dia, because it makes sense with the timing of the season. And we lost a takeoff too.
Yeah, that was...
This isn't the pod to to focus on I'm not gonna say this in the pod to focus on people because it's still RP takeout, but it's not the pod to talk about that subject because then that would get into like music and culture, and that's just not sorry no lo siento. But what was I gonna say about takeoff? We always lose every Scorpio season. We lose an artist, a celebrity, someone of a magnitude. I think last year was Virgil Abloh. The year before that was Chadwick Boseman. The year before that was... See, and now it's not just them. Like if you Google it, there's definitely people that have lost their lives during the season. So, and I'm so glad we didn't have that Plática de Kanye because it would have been canceled.
Yeah.
Because that boy is getting canceled from everybody.
It's been a lot for sure.
Okay. I never seen a Scorpio in real life though, so.
I have.
All right, let's get into meme del día because this is funny because I always laugh when people get offended, of anything because it's just like you guys are just sensitive, but it's just funny. Many claim dressing as a cholo style is considered cultural appropriation. What you think?
I mean, why would you dress like a cholo if you weren't?
Because it's Halloween?
Oh, okay. I guess for Halloween, but I mean, I just thought you meant like in general, but
no, this is speaking for Halloween.
I don't know. There's a lot of my response is going to be very simple. I don't see it as that when you do it for Halloween, but that's just my opinion. And people get really offended now with cultural appropriation of things, and I don't see it like if I saw somebody do that, I'd be like, oh, okay, it's a costume. It's one day a year. Now, if you're doing that every day or something, it doesn't offend me because do what you want to do, like that's just me though.
I don't get offended by costumes like that. That's just me. I mean, I'm not much to really get offended by anything. I don't give people that power over me. Mm-hmm. It's funny I think it's more funny when people get offended of the thing. Like that's more entertainment to me. Like let me see who gets offended at this because I want to see them reach so bad for whatever they have to say. Like, oh my gosh, like this is really our lifestyle. We really dress like this. It's not a costume to us. I'm like, okay, like. Mm-hmm. All right, next meme del día. Being old enough to go out but still having to lie to your parents about what you're doing is literally the life of every Hispanic.
Fact. All the time.
I can't relate to that.
I would. I'd be like, oh, I'm going to go see my friend.
No. It's like I said, for what episode it was. Moms knew where I was at. She ain't know what we were doing. So I never had to lie about my parents what I was doing, to be honest. Mm-hmm. I was that type of person when my mom and dad were going out of town. Yo, mom, since you guys are going out of town, is it cool if I throw a party? Because you guys are not going to be here. You don't have to worry about keeping you guys up. I was that person that was always considerate because they always said yes. So, like, yeah, go ahead. And I'd rather have that than, like, be sneaky. Mm-hmm. Being sneaky is a lot of work. And keeping up with your lies is a lot of work. So I agree with that one. I agree with that one. Because I seen it in cousins. I seen it in family members that they always have to lie about where they're going to be at, who they're going to be with. And I just feel for y'all. All right, third meme of the day. We all have a legal name, but we also got a Hispanic nickname that we've had since childhood. Facts.
Yeah, facts.
What's your childhood nickname?
I have a couple. So, Coley is one.
Your family called you Coley?
Yeah, Coley, and some of my family used to call me Bruja. When they would see me, they'd be like, Bruja.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad used to call me Matusco.
Really?
Yeah, Matthew Matusco. When I was born, I was super bald, so he used to call me Pelonis Lonis. My dad was very good at giving nicknames. Like he named I call like Pebbles. My dog, we call her her nickname is Pebblini. You know, Pebblini, because my dad used to call her oh Pebblini. So every time it was Pebblini. I give Pebbles a bunch of nicknames. I call her Pebla, Pebla, Pebla. I call her Gorgie. Gordy. I always call her that. But yeah, my dad's the one that was always good with the nicknames for all of us. He used to call my sister Gordy. Yeah, she was Gordy's. Amor de mis amores. My little brother was. What was my little brother? Oh, Tobalito. Because my little brother looks exactly like my dad. So Tobalito was his nickname. And then my other brother was Huerito because he was just the whitest one of all of us. So we definitely got nicknames in ours. In our tangity tang. I got one more meme del dia. Okay. My Mexican parents always had me doing their paperwork and translating big documents to them ever since I knew how to read, LMAO. If I didn't understand something, they'd be like, entonces, ¿para qué te sirve el inglés? Like, damn, mom, only 9 years old. You relate, huh?
Welcome to my life in a meme.
I'm so glad that my mom knew English growing up. Because I never had to worry about translating things for her. My mom was very just, smart when it comes to English and comprehension. So I'm so blessed that I never had to my mom never sent me to the store to pay a bill. You know how some kids would be scared because their mom would send you in the store to pay something off.
Yeah, see, I never had to do that, but I just had to translate or read. Still though, even to this day, mírame este papel, Nicole, ¿qué dice? And I'm like, for reals, you've been here for how long?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the same job my mom has. My mom's the same thing she has to do. I mean, she's even doing that now with my grandma. She ended up taking my grandma back home with her as well. So she's dealing with all the translation stuff again.
Yeah.
But shout out to all the bilingual people out there for sure.
Boop, boop.
Okay, before we get into Palabra del Dia, I got some videos del dia. Let me see which one I want to play though, cause let me see. I forgot what I had. Okay. Let me see. All right, so I thought this video was pretty nice. I'm just gonna play it, and then we can react to it.
Okay.
What was the happiest moment in your life? My happiest moment in my life? I was married to a beautiful wife for 30 years. That was the best 30 years of my entire whole life. She was a wonderful woman. She forgave me a lot. I was always in the wrong. She was always right. And what can you do when a woman is right? Because we have this mentality, no woman's going to tell me what to do, but you know what? That's what I did. That's my mistake. That's not a real man. That's a coward. She was a teacher in a school and teaching people how to live. She taught me life. And she passed away a year and a half. I don't say she died. She got promoted. I want to be like her, the example she was. When I did wrong, and when I will ask her for forgiveness, guess what she will say to me a long time ago? Forgiven, very forgiving lady.
What's your name?
Sentimental with the video del dia.
You can't. You have to listen to your girl. Nah, you got me bent. That's why I'm staying single. No.
No for Chris, guys.
Palabra del día today is malabrismo.
Malabrismo?
Malabarismo. MALABARISMO.
What? Okay.
Is it multitasking, sculpting, or juggling?
I don't even know. Juggling.
Yeah, you're right.
Ah!
That is la palabra del día.
Success.
Bien borracho y galamo bien borracho. Ain't last words, good sister.
Thank you to all of our TikTok followers and our listeners, followers on Instagram. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. We appreciate your support. I appreciate all of you. Hasta la próxima.
Yes, sir. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.